Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone rule well, and citation to elect that pushes truth in all sincerity. The water Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, for allowing me to do another video. Today's video I want to talk about who should you vote for, okay? So the election's coming up, all right? And I know a lot of people may be thinking, who should you vote for? Is Trump the person you should go to? Biden, you know? All right. They're talking about how people, you know, are, very antsy to see what's going on, you know, and this election, whatever happens in this election, whoever, becomes elected, all right, because we already know everything's rigged, but whoever is elected, something, big is going to happen, okay? Because, those Trump supporters, they want Trump to stay in, okay? And if Trump doesn't get elected, hey, them Trump supporters could go crazy. And Trump even made a statement saying that if I lose, fuck it, I don't care. I'm going to stay in. I'm going to keep my power. So he's basically saying that he's going to declare dictatorship, All right. So let's watch a little bit of this video. Them talking about how people are in great favor of both of them, and it's what you will call a tight election. When we already know this is all rigged, this is all just a big stage. Okay, the elites already know who they want. Okay, all right. But this is just the horse and the pony show for the general public. Okay.
All right, it's another week of a ton of headlines, a ton of words from all the candidates. What actually mattered? Did anything move the needle? Weekly check-in here on the state of the race. Couple ways to look at this. First of all, what you got here. This was a week ago. This was the average of the national polls. A week ago, on average, Biden was leading by 7.5 points. So did anything change this week in the national polling average? Did a little bit. This is the Real Clear Politics average, and it's gone from Biden by 7.5 to Biden by 5.8. That is a difference there. Now, one thing I got to point out, we didn't get a ton of national polls this week, so this could be a little noisy here. You don't have a ton of new data. What you got does show a little bit of tightening there nationally, but where that gets interesting is national versus battleground states. We did get a lot of battleground state polling this week, and this is what we're seeing in kind of the 6 biggest battleground states. They were all Trump states in 2016, and right now you've got Biden leads running there from 1 point on the low end to 7 points. This is the polling average in.
Now, let me just say right now, when I said at the beginning of the video, who should you vote for? We don't vote, okay? We don't vote for neither of them, okay? Because I was already saying it's rigged, okay? It's already rigged. We don't get into this mess, okay? All right? Trying to see, let's vote for this person. They're going to help this situation out. No, you don't vote for neither of them, okay? All right? You don't vote for neither of them, okay? Some people say, you got to vote for less of the evil. No, don't even do it, okay? All right? We already know it's rigged. Why would you vote, okay? You trying to support America? Come on. Okay?
These battleground states. So didn't get a ton of national polling, but you did have a bit of a tightening in the national polling average, but that is not really showing up in the battleground states. You've still got Biden leads in the battleground states. One other quick way of looking at this, put that national polling in perspective. The previous 4 incumbents before Trump to run for re-election, where were they at this exact same point? If Trump's down by 5.8 right now, Obama was up by 3.5, W is up by nearly 6, Clinton.
Yeah, so then they keep going on, but basically to talk about how it's tight, whatever. It's just a show. But you don't vote, okay? You don't vote. That's the answer, all right? Now, because the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, they try to say as if they're different. No, it's two, okay? 2 heads to the same beast. 2 horns to the same beast, okay? And let's get that scripture. Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast came up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. okay? And this beast, okay, is the Roman Empire reborn, okay, after its deadly wound, okay? The Roman Empire, okay, which is the fourth beast, all right? It was wounded, all right, for 1,000 years, which is the Dark Ages. That was the period, okay? Then it was rehealed, okay? In the Renaissance period, okay, when Esau went back into power, because 1,000 years Esau was down, and the dark races, more notably the Israelites, was ruling, okay? So after 1,000 years, the Renaissance period, Esau went back into power around 1450, like around 1458, around that period, and then as he continued to gradually come up, and then he went back into power, and then the Roman Empire was reborn, okay, as we know it as NATO and the EU, America, okay, NATO, all right. So Esau's back in power, okay. And these two horns represents the Democratic and the Republican Party, okay. And it said he spake as a dragon. He spoke very cruel things. He spoke what you will call a lot of deceit and sneaky things. He spoke a lot of lies, okay. All right, and one of the biggest things that Esau, okay, uses to be able to, what you will call, sway the masses is obviously his media, okay? So when he's speaking, all right, he's using his media so he can sway the people's minds and who to vote for, sway the people's minds and how to think, okay? All right? This is one of the biggest ways this is one of his biggest avenues, through his television, okay, through his media, all right? Okay? So Democratic Party, people hold on to that and all its ideals, and it's all its ideas and all the things it speaks. People hold on to Democratic Party and all its ideas and what it speaks. Everyone's divided by Republican. I'm on this side of the American spectrum. I believe in these things, you know. But when it's all two horns on the same beast, okay? Basically meaning that they're all going towards one agenda. The Republican Party doesn't have one agenda, and the Democratic Party doesn't have one agenda, its own agenda. They're both together. And they both are taking steps for what? The number one goal of the New World Order. All right? Okay? Okay? Verse 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwelled therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. So that's what I was going into earlier. Okay. All right. So yeah. All right. So we don't vote. Okay. Don't vote. All right. It's just that simple. Okay. So now knowing that, okay, that's a good thing for you to obviously continue in, you know, because you already know it's rigged. Okay. This is all just a bunch of BS. Okay. So that's the case. All right. Okay. So I hope this lesson is edifying and shalom.